Hey everybody, it's Margaret and welcome to my channel, Texas Gal Treasures. And today's video is going to be a little bit different than normal. It's not a haul, it's not a ride along or anything like that, but it was something that was kind of near and dear to my heart. And so I thought I would come on because I figured it might help somebody else out there. And I just suddenly realized, am I on the right channel? I've been flipping back and forth between my channels. Yes, I am. Okay. So I am live. If you're here live, go over there and say hi in the chat and we will get started. I'm going to ask questions and I'm going to be asking for you guys to have input and all that stuff too. Uh-oh. Is something wrong, Julie? Please tell me, because she's like, where am I? I don't know. Where are you? What's going on? Okay. Let me know if something's weird, if it doesn't look right or sound right, because then I can restart and do all that kind of stuff. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about today was about financial budgeting, and it's not a sexy topic, technically, but it's something that I am so grateful for. I'm so grateful for one of the things that I always say that one of the biggest lessons I learned from my mother was to always be able to support myself financially, to never get to the point where I am completely dependent on somebody else, just in case. Let me check my thing over here because I'm seeing people in the chat saying something's weird. Let me go check my channel. Y'all tell me if everything looks okay. Let's see. Are we live? Does it look okay? It looks okay. Y'all tell me. Okay, sorry. I wasn't sure in the chat what was going on. Okay, let me know. Looks okay, good. So basically, let me get back from the beginning. A long time ago, I was a theater major, and my mom convinced me that no, you need to have something to fall back on. So I got my teaching degree. So I was grateful for that. Now, again, that same, where am I going with this? Anyway, circumstances in life always change. So when I started staying home with my kids, I felt like panicked that I wasn't bringing in any income because it had been so ingrained in me that I needed to be able to support myself, because you never know where life is going to take you. You never know if something happens to your spouse, or you get divorced, or you have some sort of medical emergency, or anything in the whole wide world could happen. And it just kind of panicked me. So whenever I started staying home with the kids, that's when I started reselling online. And about a few months after that, I started YouTube. And the reason I felt like I wanted to come on today and talk about this is because our financial situation has kind of changed again, where I'm having to step up and be more of the breadwinner for us here. So that's been a big, and some of you have commented about things going on in my personal life, and we've had a really bumpy year. So I know this part's kind of rambly at the beginning, but it's going to be a little more conversational, and I do have notes. I will get to them, but I wanted to kind of preface all of that because we have had a really funkadelic year, and yeah, it's just kind of sort of getting to the point where the waves aren't like this anymore, and they're just sort of starting to like be more like just little ripply waves now, with the occasional bumpy one. But I am eternally grateful. Again, I'm gonna keep shouting out props to my mom for just getting that into my core. I grew up with a very strong female. My grandmother was very independent. My mom was very independent. And just being able to know that I'm going to be okay if something happens, has been, you have to hustle and work a little bit harder, but it is what it is. And I hate that phrase, by the way. I don't know why I just said that. But anyway, okay. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about was, if you're in a great situation, as I was whenever I started staying home with my kids, my husband was working, he had a great job, we were comfortable, I was able to stay home. Yeah, we weren't like living in a lap of luxury, but everything was comfortable. But it was just me. Like, I couldn't not work. I couldn't count on somebody else. I couldn't ask someone else for money. It was just me. So I started reselling. And even then, I was just trying to bring in like $200 a month or even like just so I'd have pocket money to spend if I wanted to and not have to go and ask. And I'm going to come into the chat in just a second. I just want to get through this first little section, and then I'll come see in the chat. And if you're here and you're like, oh, what are you looking for? What kind of questions am I going to be asking? What kind of ways do you make money? That, is something that not anybody could do, but it wouldn't be too hard for people to do to help themselves out, because especially, sorry, dudes, but especially for women, it can be challenging, women raising children, to figure out ways to like take care of your children and make money. So my first bit of advice is, even when things are good, keep in mind that things can change in an instant. So when you're in nice times, be preparing for when things are not always amazing. So think about ways that you can make money, research different things to do, and prepare and plan for times when they're lean. Like I have try to set aside money in the savings account and all of this. And then also to plan for the future, because as resellers, we don't have a retirement plan, you know what I mean? So I try to put in just a little bit every month. I think it's like 50 or 75 bucks a month that I try to make sure I put into an investment account, just so that even if it's just a little bit, so I'm planning for my future, right? So the second part, or let me come in here. I'm going to talk about the different ways that I make money. So if you're waiting for that part, it's coming. So I don't know. I know this is totally different. It's probably not going to get a billion views or whatever, but it was something that was really important to me. And I really felt strongly about coming to talk to you guys about it, because I've gone through times where, my reselling was like, okay, just for fun. And I'm selling jewelry and nothing else. And now it's the point where it's like, oh, I really need to expand what I'm doing and find a better way. So hello, everybody in the chat. Okay, good. It looks good. Julie says, yeah, I never imagined that at 56 I would be retired taking care of my mom and reselling. No, yeah. And if you've been watching me for a while, Julie has, I know, a few years, last 2 years ago, my mom's had what we thought was a stroke. And so it was just like, everything was like, here goes, everything's different now. And it ended up being these type of seizures. And anyway, luckily, thankfully, but you never know, like it can change like that and boom, everything's different. J Sab says, anyone's having no sales at all. I'm having, mine are slow, but then I part of it's my own fault because I haven't been listing as much as I would like. So Bailey is saying, as a stay-at-home mom who will also homeschool, I definitely understand what you mean. I never know what could happen. That's why you started reselling. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I want to be able to stay home and homeschool my kids. It's really important to me. So trying to find different ways to make and save money and cut corners and all of that is really, really important. So, okay. Christine says, my reselling's extra money, but lately it's saved on a lot of vet bills and unexpected expenses. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and then before things got really funky, we were able to use, this was maybe 2 years ago, we were able to use my reselling money to take a vacation. I mean, now it's not vacation money. Now it's like pay the bills money. So, but it's good to have started. And I'm going to get into that too, about like just starting, even if it's not really lucrative to begin with. I'm going to get back to that. Angel says, no matter what I do, I can't resell a thing. Oh no. Price it at 30. Yeah, you might, Angel, you might drop I'll have to see in any of my reseller, any of my jewelry friends in here, in the group, and see, like, see, hey, can somebody look at this listing and see what I can do? Like, is it my pictures? Did I not keyword this right? I mean, yeah. So Julie says, I've stepped out of my comfort zone and started doing some local sales, actually having to meet people. Yes, I need to write that down. Local sales. That's why I'm asking you, because we get ideas from each other. So, no. I just flagged it myself. I didn't, Christine. So Dairy Patricia says, I started reselling just to bring in a little extra money for braces or furniture vacations. Now my selling is our main source of income due to your husband being laid off. See, I mean, it's just that's the thing. Like, you never know life, right? Okay, so I'm looking through. Okay, Bailey says, before I had my son, used to be a professional photographer. I've always been crafty. Um, been reselling, also making clothes, stuffed animals, decor. Now I sell them on Facebook Marketplace. So one of the things I wanted to talk about is starting to do things even when you don't see the financial benefit immediately. And it's kind of like the that front loading of something. And so a lot of the reason that I am where I am today is thanks to that, is that I started when when I was pestered to do so. I started YouTube because Steve Rakin. I started merch because of Glenn Zubia and Joe Clay, because of these guys that are just like, you just need to do it. You just do it, and see where it goes. And I did. And at first, and I know a lot of people, let me start with YouTube. So one of the ways I make money is on YouTube, and I'm grateful for that. And I know that the rules for YouTube have changed for how to make money on YouTube, because there are requirements. You have to have 1,000 subscribers, and you have to have 4,000 hours of watch time, which seems super daunting. Ask me how I know. I have a homeschool channel, and we just got monetized like last week. So it can be really daunting to say, that's going to take forever to do. But one step in the right direction can get you moving in the right direction. And then I encourage people to start YouTube. I do. And there's a huge reseller community, so if you're really big in the reseller community, or, if you come watch, like a lot of you do, you come and talk in the chat, and like everybody wants to support everybody else, so there's a great way to start there. And just being an asset to the community, not going in and saying, everybody come follow me, everybody come subscribe, but actually putting out content that is useful. And mine is not always okay. I'm not saying that, but then also, as a YouTuber, a lot of times there are other ways to make money than just from YouTube. And I'm saying this, because I'm trying to give people ideas for different ways to make money, in case you're in the same situation as me, or in the future you're maybe, and you don't want to go back and think, I should have started like a year ago because I could be that much further down the road. So for example, on my homeschool channel, we just got monetized, like I said, about last week. But because I had the homeschool channel, we were able to get other perks from it. We've had some sponsorships where we were able to get two different homeschool curriculums, which cost, a pretty penny. Because I did a review video, they gave us, the free year of the curriculum. And so that's a huge chunk of money that we saved. So even if you're not monetized on YouTube, there's other ways to do that. Snag alert, since we are talking about money, well, no, I'm not that kind of girl. So let's just go boop. Anyway, so keeping in mind that it might take time to make money or get to that point on YouTube, but there are other ways. And then another thing, for example, on our homeschool channel, my kids have done some review videos of like unboxings of toys they've gotten, right? And then this is something I recommend for everybody too, is to become an affiliate on Amazon, which means like if somebody buys something, clicking through your link, it doesn't cost the person any extra money. So let's say I'm going to go buy this really cool poppy mug on Amazon, but I went through Joe's link. Joe's going to get like a finder's fee. And for my mug, it might only be 25 cents, or if I'm buying a printer, he might get $10, but it doesn't cost me anything extra. It just tells Amazon, hey, Joe sent me. And they're like, oh, hey, Joe, thanks a lot. Cha-ching, here you go. Here's some extra money. So I do recommend, and whether you're doing this on YouTube, you can create a YouTube channel, do reviews of like, oh, I love this mug, and put a like, if check it out, there's a link to my mug in the description box. But if that's not your jam, then you can get a free blogspot account and do it that way. And a lot of people on YouTube, I know, have videos like how to make money on YouTube without showing your face. And so that's another way. It's like you don't even have to show your face. You can just like have the camera pointed the other way and doing that. I'm going to come back to that in a second. I see some questions. So I'll look now because I've kind of finished up the YouTube part. The Amazon affiliate, because I saw a question, how do you become an Amazon affiliate, from Christine? If you Google Amazon affiliate, there should be a thing to fill it out. There may be a waiting period. They may want to see that you've got either a blog or something like that. I feel like there is, but you can go and get a free blog spot. I think that was that what it was? No, that was to be able to put ads on the blog. If you do create like a blog or I hate that word, by the way. I don't know why, it just sounds wrong. But if you do create that where you're creating reviews of stuff on a website, one, you can do it for free. Two, if you're thinking of doing that where you're getting the Amazon ads inserted in there, you have to have so much content on it, which is it's not very daunting. Okay, let me come look in the chat because then I'll talk about more about front loading some other stuff. Okay, let me take a sip of my water too. Beverly says, I got laid off in 2015, but have been able to pay over $10,000 on my mortgage by selling on eBay. That's sweet. And if you guys watch Nick and Andrea, they were able to do that too. I mean, they have, but they hustle, dude. They hustle. Okay. Yeah, Vixie 6. I'm my own worst enemy. I need more discipline and say yes. You say yes to distractions too easily. I completely get that. Especially now, because today, we have about an hour before we have to go shooting. We do, one of my kids does shooting sports where they're getting into competitive shooting. So we have shooting tonight. And so, but then they were like, let's carve pumpkins when we get home. And I'm like, I would have loved to carve pumpkins, but mommy has exactly an hour and a half to get work done today. And that is it. So mommy has to make that right choice and come get on YouTube. And then probably tonight after we get back from shooting, I'm going to be up taking pictures over there, probably until about midnight, because if I really value the life that we're living and the freedom that we have and the flexibility that we have, then I have to make a few sacrifices here and there. So we're gonna have to carve those pumpkins tomorrow. But yeah, just making those, and luckily my kids are at that point where it's like, you know what, they get it. Julie says, for several years, my husband was in and out of jobs due to the economy. Best thing my kids learned is that money doesn't grow on trees, for sure. Absolutely. So that's something too. Like my kids are learning like, oh, okay, we can do this on YouTube, or we can, find something to resell, or just other things. And they're taking an entrepreneur class. So that's a whole nother thing that they're learning, which is amazing. Oh, thanks, Christine. Congrats on homeschool honey being monetized. I know we've made a cool $10. And that's another thing. I didn't really write that down, but don't sneeze at that $10. I mean, I know at first when I would, sell something and I only make a $5 profit, it would be like, oh, it's only $5. No, that's like a gallon of milk, or, that's some milk and eggs. That's really being able to visualize, no, that's not just $5. Or if I can talk somebody down on a price at a garage sale, because that's a little bit of extra money that can be going to something else. Okay, I talked about that. Bailey's asking, before starting a YouTube channel, did you feel uncomfortable with making videos of yourself? Yes. And if you look at my very early, I think I deleted the first one or two, which I wish now I hadn't. But even still, some of my earlier videos are so painful. Like my personality is there, but I was in such a weird place. I had been teaching for so long, and I am not a very conformity type of person. But after teaching for 14 years, it was like that part of me was getting squished out, because if I was as weird as I am, then it was just, I don't know, like it didn't work for me. So it took time for me to get back to where I was like, you know what? I'm good. And then also you will learn to have a very thick skin. So somebody will come along and say, show me your feet. And you'll be like, ew. Or maybe at first you'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it said that to me. And then you're like, dude, no. Okay, you got to pay for that. So that's not for free. Okay, don't think I don't know it. You start getting a thicker skin about things like that. I mean, you get horrible comments all the time, and you're just like, dude, don't even, whatever. So, oh yeah, Patricia says the trolls and mean people just turns me on. And here's the thing too, I think that they like feed on that. Like they see it. I don't get too many trolls. I don't get too many people because here when they come along, I'm like, oh yay, it's time to play with trolls, right? If you're just like laughing at them and being like, don't be a fool. They learn pretty quickly. Just what it's this one's not gonna bite. Let's move on to the next one. You know, they know. So oh yeah, totally share, Mary. I'd love it. So yeah, Christine, $10 return into 20 and then a 30, etc., etc. Yeah, exactly. So if I'm able to save a buck or talk somebody down off of something, I'll do it. Bailey says, in your opinion, do you feel like reselling videos are oversaturated? Do you think there are already too many resellers on YouTube? No, I think everybody has a different voice. And I think that, of course, saying this, I'm like, oh, am I inviting competition? But no, I think if you've got something to say, and I think everybody's got a different personality. Like there's some resellers I can't watch. And it's nothing personal. It's just that our styles are different and maybe their approach to sharing the information. I know there are people that can't stand me. I know there are people that think I am annoying. And I am 100% okay with that. Because what's the other option? Like be what everybody else wants me to be or behave in a way that I try to make everybody like me. And I don't know. Like I said, watch my early videos if you want to see that girl. Because yeah. So oh thanks. Yeah, and there again, Christine, there are certain people's voices. I don't know. It's just a matter of opinion. And there, like I said, in jewelry videos, there's a ton of people making jewelry videos, but maybe there are people that come and still to this day, when I do a jewelry video, it doesn't matter if I'm doing it this way or with the camera down, somebody's got something to say. I don't like it this way. Or I like it that way, which I'm fine. Tell me your opinion. I'll do it both. Or somebody will say, who you should go watch so-and-so and see how to really make videos like this. Like, I'll do that. I don't do that. I'll just do what I do, right? Let's see. And I have more stuff. I'm going to come back. This is going to be a little conversational today. I think I say your name right, Melania. We're an autism family. We just started homeschooling eBay. Our 16-year-old is amazing with the tech suite. We're paying for therapy and medical copays with the money we're making. That's awesome. Stark says, too many people in videos overuse like and literally. Oh, yeah. And I catch myself doing it sometimes. Another thing I catch myself doing is like the drinking. The sound of me swallowing in a video drives me nuts. So I especially with this new mic, because I can really hear it swallowing. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Some people, Beverly says, how rude can people be? Yeah. I just won't even comment, but it's okay. It doesn't bother me. I don't do what they say. I just do what I do. Okay, so we talked about front loading. So even if you don't know that the money's going to be there or it's not there immediately, just to kind of have that faith and keep at it, keep trying, or trying to find other ways around getting the money through. Print on demand is another one that, again, this was not my thing. It became my thing for a while there. You guys know I did print on demand videos a lot. And I'm so grateful because I can say Glenn Zubia and I can say, if you don't know him, he's Hustler Hacks on YouTube. He's amazing. And now he does a lot of stuff with reselling sneakers. So, and then also Joe Clay, who's Merch University. And those guys really, and Young, I forgot Young. He won't let me forget it if I Forget him. So those guys really just like, we were at the reseller meetup here in Austin, and we were at the barbecue, and they were just like blah, 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 blah at me, and I was like, okay, I'll do it. I'll sign up. Fine, get out of my face. Except for you. No, I'm kidding. So I went and I signed up, and started trying to figure out how to make these shirts, and I did, and I'm not a designer, so I figured out a way to make shirts that were okay. Even I mean, like today, like early shirts that I made way back then. I don't know how many years ago. That's just say like, no, absolutely not, and that's it. It's just words on a shirt that says that, and those have been selling lately. You just don't know when they're going to take off and start selling. So, even if you're saying to yourself, I can't do that. I'm not a designer. Can you type a word there, boom, on a shirt? And there's plenty of videos out there. I've got a ton of them, but so do other people, about how to check, trademarks and things like that. It's really, but I haven't done anything. I haven't put up any new shirts in a couple months. I go through spells where I'll go through and I'll upload a bunch. But then I'll start feeling like I'm not seeing any sales. My sales aren't increasing. Why am I spinning my wheels doing this? And then I'll stop for a while, but then later those shirts will start selling, and then I'm like, oh, that's why I did it. Okay, that's right. So just, having that where it comes through, and then that's another free thing. If you haven't signed up for Merch by Amazon, go sign up. And that, and then Printful and Etsy, I have links for that down below, and I have a bazillion videos on setting that up. But those are free ways to start. I mean, and I have a link down below if you do Etsy, if you go that route and go Printful and Etsy, where you can get 40 free listings just to get the ball rolling. You don't even have to pay for the first 40 listings. But again, this is not a commercial for you. Of course, I would love for you to click my links, but it's really to kind of, just get you, if you're in a good spot now, great. But keep in mind, someday something might change. So just getting your foot in the door and getting approved, so you're there if you need that. So, but yeah, like for example, Merch by Amazon, I haven't put up a new shirt probably in 3 months. And my profits, I haven't done a profits video on merch in a while because it's shameful compared to what it used to be. But it's not shameful because last month my profits were about $250, and I did nothing. I front loaded that months and years ago by putting up shirts, pretty regularly. Same thing this month. It might be about $250 that I haven't done anything for. It's just there from work I did months ago or years ago, things that are just selling. Same thing with my Printful and Etsy. Once it's up there, it's there, right? And now on Amazon, you put your shirt up, it's there for about, I think they changed it to a year now. Let me look, blah, 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 blah. I'm looking over here. Okay. So then I talked about YouTube and affiliates and merch, Printful, Etsy, other affiliate type stuff. If, for example, TubeBuddy, if you do get into YouTube, and I'm a big proponent of not spending money on something until you're making money. I didn't start spending money on like YouTube-y stuff until I actually started making money on YouTube, but everybody's different. Of course it'll help to bolster things up. So, wherever you go, like for example, one of the homeschool curriculums that we use, not the one that we got for free, but the reading one that we use, I just got approved for their affiliate. I didn't even realize they had an affiliate program. So it's like another homeschool mom was like, you're talking about this, all about reading in your videos. They have a affiliate program. You need to put that link down here. I had no idea. So like every place seems to have an affiliate link. So even if it's just like, hey, you're telling your mom friend, hey, there's an affiliate program for this. It doesn't, just put the link in there. If somebody wants to do it, then click it. You get a finder's fee basically. So I have lots of affiliate links, probably not as many as I could, but I mean, it becomes that sort of like, even if it's like $5 here, $10 there, $30 here, and it comes in from different avenues like Merch Informer or, Make Merch, which is a program I like to use a lot. So all of those different places. So if you are able, then, sign up for those as well, because it doesn't, even if it's just $5, extra a month, it all starts adding up. And that's basically kind of where we are. And that's what I put for number 2 on my list. What can you do that you can put on autopilot to help you make money that will start, for like the merch stuff, just kind of on autopilot for me. And I can go add to it when I have a sec, or, oh no, I don't have enough pictures right now to list on eBay. Well, let me go over and like make a couple shirts, or I made a few designs. They're sitting on my desktop right now. The other night I made a few designs because I was just sitting watching TV. Let me pull up make merch art and make some designs while I'm sitting here watching TV with the kids. So they're there on my desktop, so that when I have a second, I can go list them on Amazon. So, and then, okay, we talked about that. And then Julie was talking about local sales. This is another thing, you can look at all this stuff. I can start selling stuff locally if I need to, or, like Facebook Marketplace, or a lot of neighborhoods have their own neighborhood sales site. There's that as well. And then I feel like I'm saying a lot. Well, so the third thing, and if you guys are thinking of other things like, oh, you know what, this is another area that Margaret hasn't mentioned. Pardon me. If you're alive, drop a comment over there. And if you're watching later, leave a comment down below, because this is how we all learn, and we all like, hey, there's another way here. Do this. Walmart used to have a thing where you would like scan their coupon. Oh no, you scan your receipt and you would like start earning points or money from that. I mean, lots of different things. I finally got on the Starbucks one and got the app thing on my phone where I could get, after so many points, you can get things. And I've been saving it up because I don't want a treat. I want something I can resell. So I'm like saving up my stars so that I can get a mug, because then it's like I can go resell them. Anyway, I know I'm spending money at Starbucks, but if I'm getting a little kickback, then, why not? Because every time they ask me, do you want to get like pastry? You've got lots of points. No, I do not. I have a plan for these stars, and it's going to make me some money back. So, okay. So I talked about, no, I didn't. So thrift was my third thing on here. And when I say thrift, I mean the whole like old school, your grandparents kind of make do or do without kind of style thing. And I am not as good about that as I would like to be. Mostly with my kids. For myself, you guys see me in the same stuff all the time. I don't buy a whole lot of new clothes. But it's the whole idea of, if you've got what, use what you've got until you can't use it anymore, and then if you have to, just do without. I mean, truly, I don't know. I mean, for my kids, yeah, they had to get some like rain gear and stuff because they needed boots for hiking in the mud. I mean, that was not something I could just, hey kids, let's get some duct tape. We're going to make some boots out of duct tape, right? I guess I could have. And then what do we have? We're going to fix something for traction on the bottom, right? They would have died. Maybe they would have thought it was cool. So who knows? Anyway, so that kind of, thought process. And then my fourth thing I have on here is, what can be cut? Like if you're at the point, this is funny. I was like, at first I was like, is this somebody my sister is? Anyway, if you're at the point, what areas can you cut? Now, I know for a fact that Starbucks is a luxury, and I can very easily make coffee downstairs. I like my coffee made at home, so it's not a big deal. But I do like going through and getting Starbucks every now and then. So sometimes when I get a little extra cash, I will just put it on my Starbucks card so that I've got some money there for me to get a treat every now and then. So, if my mom's like, here's the change. I don't know. She was here was it last week before, just randomly. And she was like, oh, go get me something. I'm going to tell you, go get me something from the store. And I was like, okay, Mom, here's your change. And she's like, oh, just keep that. So I had the cash in my wallet. I was like, oh, I'm putting that on my Starbucks card. Anyway, so it was like unexpected cash that I had randomly. So, but there are other areas that would, could easily, like, we don't have cable. We do have Netflix. And then I do spring for Amazon Prime because of the free shipping, so, and it's really, and then we get the free like Prime shows or movies or whatever. So we don't go out to do a lot. We probably eat out more than we should. So I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. I'm going to just hide it because I don't have time to figure it out either. Okay, so I'm looking in the chat now to see if you guys shared anything else. Let's see. Don is asking about selling on eBay and Etsy. Yeah, I've bought things to flip on another site, or I've bought lots from. I can't remember if it was from eBay or Etsy, or maybe just Shop Goodwill. I bought lots to flip. So yeah, I do cross post on eBay and Etsy. So I do both because one sale, I had 2 sales yesterday, and one was one from each site. So there's that. Oh, Dan, you wish. Let's see. I use Amazon Video included with Prime. Yeah, so that's another way to, like, you got your Prime Video and they have music and all of that. So that's mostly, I feel like I'm missing some stuff. There's a lot of other ways to like cut corners and make money. And I don't sell on Mercari and Poshmark. The only reason Mercari, I sort of got started, but I didn't really get into it. Poshmark, I finally stopped because it was getting to be too much for me to like list things on all these different sites. And somebody was saying that there's this program now that'll list across like all these different platforms, which I need to find out. Ebates. Okay. Yeah, I haven't done Ebates. Okay. So yeah. Would I ever have? I've done live auctions before. I've done some jewelry ones. It did bring in a good infusion of cash for a day, but it's not easy money. I know it seems like, oh, you're just going on talking to people, like selling stuff on an auction. Are you talking about a live auction in real life? Or anyway, I've done jewelry auctions on my channel where I've sold, jewelry. Cindy's helped me with that. But it's a lot of work. One, prepping stuff and figuring out like, what do people think? What do they want? And then the next day, like making sure you get everything boxed up, and it takes quite a while. So let's see. Yeah. Okay. So if you guys know of other ways, then definitely leave a comment and let us know. Let's see. Yeah. With Ebates. Yeah, I'm going to say your name wrong. Lachusa. Yeah, let me know, Celeste. Sure. Send me a link and I'll check it out. Let's see. Okay, there's a new thing where you can cross post, only $9.99 a month. I just signed up. See, here's the thing. As a YouTuber, I'm going to be honest. My thought is, who owns this thing? Hey, call them. Hey, I'll make a video. How can we cut this $9.99? We got to cut a deal here. And I'll make a video and share it with you. I mean, it's just, if you get to that point, if you're making YouTube videos, even if you're not monetized, because to them it's like, oh, it's free advertising, right? So yeah, anyway. I mentioned it a little bit. Diane says, did you mention Facebook Marketplace? I mentioned it a little bit, but not a whole lot. We sold our elliptical machine on there. I don't do a whole lot. But before I moved, I did a little bit more with Garage Sale, which is like an online garage sale, because there was this, it was called Bay Area Mommy Market, and it was only women allowed. So I didn't feel as nervous about going to meet. And like one lady would send her husband, and she was getting into major trouble because the whole point of it was that it was just ladies. So that drives me nuts. So I get nervous because I wouldn't want to go meet by myself with somebody, especially if it was a man. And I'm glad that there's more light being shined on that. It's a whole nother topic, but safety for ladies out there. So there's that. Yeah. Seems high on Marketplace. Yeah. I mean, if people want it, they're going to buy it, but I don't know. So I'll have to check it out. Just yeah, right. I know, Christine, just take the 9 millimeter, right? So, mm, ah, Carmel says, "Hi, Margaret. I think you mentioned years back you did the cash envelope system video explaining how that works for the household budget, not your actual, but the basics of how it works. I can do a quick breakdown, and I don't do it quite just like that anymore, but it's a good system to have. I do try to stick to a pretty strict budget, and I check off on a spreadsheet now whenever I spend money, and I kind of go, well, my plan is to go back and double check to make sure that I didn't go over. But what I did before was every 2 weeks I would take out a certain amount of money, and I had basically 3 main envelopes. One was for like fun money, one was for groceries, and the other, what was the other one for? I can't remember now. What was the other one? Where I would put like $300 in the grocery one. That's got to be for 2 weeks, and so much in the fun one. And that, and if we went over, that was too bad. We didn't have any more money for that. Then that's that. So I might have been fuel, but now I don't do because I don't want to go inside. I just want to swipe my card and go, right? And it's easier for me to spend more money if I go and say, you know what? I think I need a fountain drink or I need a Snickers bar or something like that. So I don't even want to go inside to the gas station. Yeah. I missed something. I'm trying to figure something out. Did I? Nope. I'll have to figure that out. I'll have to come back and see. Okay. Yes. That's it. Okay. If you think of anything or if I think of anything, then I'll leave a comment down in the comment section. And I see we got 120 friends viewing. Go over there and hit the thumbs up. And I did put a link. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. My mouth where my money is. And if you go Christmas shopping and you want to go through my affiliate link, I just stuck it down there. Shopping on Amazon. Why not use my link? Amazon will send us a finder's fee. Yeah. So there's that. Stephanie's talking about the Chrome extension, the cross list or cross post. Okay, I'll have to look into that. Because anything that streamlines things is good. Okay. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. And I hope you guys found this video helpful. I know it was a little bit different than normal, but real life strikes, and it's best to kind of have a plan in place, be ready before it happens, and then you're scrambling like, oh no, what? And it could still happen. They always say things couldn't get worse. Well, you know what? Yes, they could. So there's that. Okay. What a way to stop, right? It's going to be okay, everybody. It's going to be okay. All right. I will talk to you guys later. Oh, brother, here we go. And I hope you have a really great evening, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, everybody.